everybody, how you doing? This is Michael from MMA Night and Day, here to bring you guys another gear review. Now today I'm going to be reviewing the Venum Challenger 2.0 shin pads. Now Venum is a company that is out of Thailand. They do all of their designs in Thailand, as you can see right there on the product where it says designed in Thailand. However, they are made in China. Now these are actually made out of a synthetic leather, which honestly I think is a good idea. Normally I'm not a fan of synthetic leather, but the reason that I say that I'm a fan of these, however, well, this particular product being used with synthetic leather, is if you look at the back of them here, you can see on the inside, you see all those sweat stains and everything. Basically the reason that I say that I like it is, if anybody has ever, owned any type of leather, when the leather starts to get wet, it starts to break down, it deteriorates, it becomes really terrible. That's why they try to tell you to not wet your leather as best as you can. So even though it's sweat, if the leather does, however, get wet, it is going to deteriorate. So by them using the synthetic leather, it actually, I believe, holds up the product a little better than if it was genuine leather. They would break down a little easier. Now, as far as the padding, you can see right there, just looking on the side, padding is only about maybe an inch thick. I'm not too much of a fan of the padding in these. Now, when I first used them, the first few times, throwing kicks and just checking leg kicks, we weren't really going too hard in the gym when I was using them. So I was like, oh, these things are pretty good. I was enjoying them, sitting there checking my kicks, everything was fine, until I sparred with them. Once I went ahead and sparred with them, and I actually started, really feeling the impact of the kicks, whether I was checking them or not, I started really, really feeling it, and it definitely was not fun. One day I went to throw a leg kick, somebody went to check it, I went directly on the knee, and even though I had the shin pads on, it really, really hurt. Like, it messed my shin up pretty bad. It was the only time that I've ever in my entire life, not even just myself, I'm talking even people that I train with, had the skin break underneath of a shin pad from making contact. It was that bad. So right then and there, I went ahead and had to purchase a new pair of shin pads from a different company. But I do, however, use these still, not sparring, but I do use them, doing classes and stuff like that. If we're doing light sparring or touch sparring or something like that, or if we're just, throwing certain kicks, then I'll go ahead and use these, as long as I'm not going to be going 100%. If I'm going anywhere between 75 to 100%, I will, however, use a different brand. Now, as far as the flexibility on these, I think that they are pretty good. As you can see right there, they bend pretty good. They move along with, the motion of your feet and your ankle and everything. So the flexibility on these are really good. So I can go ahead and say that about them. Aesthetically, I think they are awesome. I do like the look of them. I think they're pretty cool looking. They also come in a million different colors. Well, not a million, but you get my drift. Basically, they come in a few different colorways. They have the green, neon green and black. They have the white and black. They have the pink and black. They have the orange and black. The neon orange and black. They have the black with the neon green writing. They have the black with the orange writing. I mean, they have a lot of different colors, black and red. So if you're looking for a certain color, chances are you may be able to find it with these shin pads. That's one really good thing about them. The feel of them. Now, like I said, when I first put them on, they felt awesome. The straps in the back, as you can see, those are the straps. Now, normally, when it comes to shin pads, you'll see a lot of them have like a little clip where the straps will go underneath of, you know, the clip, or the little metal loop there, and then wraps around. That's typically how the majority of shin pads work, and that is a really good idea. But when it comes to these, being as the straps are the way that they are, you would think that they would come undone a lot, which is really not the case with these. So I can say that they do hold really good. Just how these little straps right here, the Velcro holds really nice. The only thing that I do not like about them is sometimes this will tend to rub into your skin. These little bottom ones here, they're a little harder than the elastic. So when you place them on, sometimes, unless you're wearing like rash guard pants or something like that, then you're fine. But if you're just going with regular MMA shorts or Muay Thai shorts, and you place these on bare skin, sometimes you will get a little mark on the back of your leg, which is never a fun thing. As I explained how I feel after using them, it really depends. Like I said, if you're going light, then you feel fine. If you're doing any type of intense sparring or anything in that nature, me personally, I did not like them. I really didn't. I thought they were great in the beginning until I went 100%, and then, like I said, I noticed it wasn't a fun thing. The next day I was pretty banged up, and even before the shin on knee, just when I went 100%, that's when I really noticed that, you know, you can feel them if you're hit or if you're hitting somebody with a kick. The quality of them, as you can see, I've had these for about a year. Used them a nice bit of times. I mean, I haven't, like, it isn't a situation where I use them every single day, but I did use them anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week, and, you know, they held up pretty good. I mean, they're still going, they still look fairly new, aside from, you know, the stains in the back from the sweat, but just looking at them, I mean, they look pretty new. So as far as how they, you know, last throughout time, I can say that they last pretty good. So the durability's fairly good. I mean, like I said, it's just how durable are they really if you're able to feel when you're getting hit or when you're throwing kicks. But I mean, as far as how they hold up pretty well. So if you're just going to do light classes and stuff like that, it's a really good product. As far as actual craftsmanship and everything, if you look at the stitching, that's another thing. There is some pulling going on here. If you could see up there, you see some of the stitching starting to come undone there. Also some stitching coming undone on the other side. I mean, the stitching definitely is pulling throughout the entire shin pad, but they're still wearable, so that's one thing that I can say about them. Like I said, as far as with the straps and everything, they're still hanging on pretty well. The Velcro's really good. The Velcro does hold. So as far as that part is really good. The price, I believe you can buy these for around $75. I've seen them as cheap as $50 certain places, and I've seen them as high as $100. But they're usually roughly in the middle of that. So it all depends on where you look for them at. If you go on Venum.com, I believe you can find them on there for around $80, $70. You can find them on Amazon, sometimes a little cheaper on eBay. Like I said, I've seen them for $50, and I've actually seen them up to around $100. But overall, I mean, if I had to go ahead and grade the Venum Challenger 2.0 shin pads, me personally, I would give them a C-. But if you're going for something light just to have for class, you're only doing touch sparring or throwing really light kicks, then they could be high as an A+. I mean, it just all depends on what you're using them for. But if you're really training to fight, me personally, I would not recommend them. But if you're going for something light just to get through class with, then I would say go ahead. It'll be worth it. So, there you go. That's my review on the Venum Challenger 2.0 shin pads. Everybody, please feel free to leave any questions you have in the comment section below. Also, like and subscribe to the channel. I will be doing more gear reviews coming up probably this week. I have at least 1 or 2 more I'd like to do. Also, look out for MMA Insight. The first video was just released. There's more to come. Also, the pre-fight breakdowns for UFC 218 and UFC 219 will be coming up as well as the post-fight breakdowns. Any questions, like I said, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you have any type of products you would like to see me review, you could also leave that in the comment section below as well. Once again, like and subscribe to the channel by pressing that button right down there that says subscribe. And if you'd like to receive notifications on when we're releasing the videos, go ahead and press the notification bell as well. Thank you guys very much. This is Michael from MMA Night and Day, signing out.
Goodbye.